All right, welcome back to the cosasverdes altcoin and crypto trading show. Today we're going to look at large time frames down to small time frames because right now Bitcoin is essentially telling the market I'm probably either going to go sideways or give one more push up. So let's look at what the different time frames are telling us so we can identify, hey, what is our statistical edge on each of these happening and what will it look like when it happens. So if you are returning, please take a quick moment and smash that like button, punch it in the face, flip it off, but at least tap it, give it a love tap for me. And also leave me a quick comment down below at the end of the video or now, quick emoji thumbs up, help out the algo. If you are new, my channel is the third point in the triangle of YouTube crypto information that you need to be getting. You're typically getting two: project fundamentals on one side, news on another, and my channel helps you identify, hey, what is happening when I'm clicking around with my money and how do I do that better so I can practice for the big game. So that's what my channel does for you. Feel free to check out the links to my Patreon Discord community down in the description section. With that said, let's get after it. Monthly chart. Take a look at it. Let's squeeze it. Let's look at it. Let's get rid of some of these other EMAs that we don't need. And what we can see here is on a large scale basis, it seems that there was a test of the monthly 10 and we're getting ready to have we're having a liftoff. Monthly 10 liftoff, and the general idea on a monthly scale is we're somewhere right here, potentially, relative to the last liftoff from 10K. All right. So that's the general idea on the monthly. Zooming in on the monthly, the idea is, okay, what type of closure are we going to have? So look at where my cursor is on the right hand side. I think you can see that over there. It says 18 days left in this month. Okay. Over here. So the general idea is, okay, is Bitcoin going to close a candle above these two candles here, which is almost exactly at 60. Actually, I thought it was at 60K, 58.9. So will there be a monthly close above 58.9 in 18 days? Or will we get a more moderate green candle closure above this line, which would be, you know, just a reasonable, I think this was a weekly line. Are we going to get a closure of the monthly somewhere down here? So in a monthly sense, okay, we are dealing with this line to this line. What is going to happen throughout the next 18 days? So now when we zoom into the smaller time frames, that is the context. What's going to happen within the 18 days from this line to this line, and that's it. Okay. All right. And it could just be straight sideways. So, all right. So let's jump into the weekly. Last week sealed the deal that there is a higher high and a higher low. So Bitcoin on the weekly scale is confirming, hey, we are definitely in an uptrend. So keep that in mind as well. And that supports the idea that the monthly candle could close on the higher scale as opposed to the lower scale because of this recent weekly close. So that's a little bit of pressure up, if you will. All right. So what else do we have on the weekly? We had a lot of healthy retest of the weekly 10, built a house on it, lifted off of it. And now we're going to have to zoom in more so this looks up. This says pressure up. So let's go to the daily chart. And what we see here, let's just measure up how big of a move we've had without slowing down too much. A 40% move on Bitcoin. Bitcoin can go a lot higher now without needing to slow down and go under its daily 10, especially if it's checked. It's given 3 checks of its daily 10. So see this wick here, 1, 2, 3. So this is healthy enough to keep going on a daily scale because it's had nice retest of the daily 10 and it's a 40% move. But if it gets another push, you could very strongly expect that you're going to get you're going to have to cool down pretty hard after that. But the daily is where this is saying, hey, at any moment, this could either go sideways or give one more push up. It could happen at the drop of a hat. So this is where the chaos starts getting, we zoom in a little bit more here and the feeling gets a little bit different. So the feeling on the monthly and the weekly is, okay, up, but how high up? And once you zoom into the daily, now you're seeing the feelings get a little bit different here, right? So it's getting you're getting a little bit mixed signals. And if you look at the Stokes are in the bullish control zone. A lot of big moves happen up here, right? But they are, a lot of times this is when your move keeps going, but you come down and cool off and at least touch this line first. So make note of that. So the daily Stokes are hinting, hey, we could, cool off and ride the 10 for several days. And wick significantly blow down to, let's say, even 51,200 down to the daily 21 easily. All right, and still be in a very bullish position. So the daily RSI is very healthy. It's above its EMA, looks all good. And the RSI itself, the green, is looking to bust in to the bullish control zone for the first time in a while. Since February. So the RSI itself looks pretty poised to want to jump in. So the Stokes are saying, yeah, it looks poised to keep cooling off. And RSI saying, yeah, I look kind of poised to want to make one more leap up. So the daily in and of itself, whichever indicator you're looking at, and there are a bunch of different indicators, obviously, that you might have checked out before. If you check about 10 of them, they're going to be, you might have 5 and 5 giving you different signals. All right. So that's what I'm seeing in the market right now on the daily. So let's dive in even further and dissect the daily. So let's go down to, I personally like the 12-hour chart. So what is kind of a common play before continuation up is you have a scare down and then the next candle, you have one candle close below and then you get continuation to the upside. So let me show you a couple examples of that. So this is the daily 10. You cool off, close one below the daily 10 and then continue. This actually happened after the fractal that I had been rooting for a while back in 2020. So let's take a look. So 12-hour 10. Blast off, come scare below, continue, ride it, continue, ride it, continue. So this could just be a ride of the 12-hour 10, continue, and it could be that we continue sideways and just ride the 12-hour 10 for a while as well. So let's take a look at what that would look like. Looks pretty similar, see that? So this could be what is happening right now. And it looks like, how many days have we gone sideways here? So it's a whole week of essentially slowing down to ride that 10. So this would indicate that on the 12-hour chart, it does look ready for another pump up. It does look ready. All right. Now, had Bitcoin not started slowing down back here and we're just now getting it, I would expect a little bit more, but the 12-hour chart is saying, hey, we can easily give this one more push up. All right. And the 12-hour Stokes during bullish moves have the habit of turning around right around this line. So it still has a chance to turn around and give one more push up. How strong that push is, I don't know. It could lead to all-time highs. So the 12-hour chart is saying something a little bit different than the daily. And let's go to the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart has the Stokes turning around at a common level that it's turned around, and it's a common support resistance level. So this is suggesting potential up. You also had a skim play of the 4-hour 10 and 21. Which is a lot of times can lead to another push continuation to the upside. So let's just take a look. Sometimes it breaks down. Look, so sometimes when they cross, it does break down. However, there are many times when this is exactly when you get another push up. So see this right here? See how the red came right down to the yellow push up, right down to the yellow push up, and then it broke down. But a lot of times this can lead to a push up. All right, so the EMA cross itself. And with Stokes crossing up, it looks like this might be a skim play as opposed to a breakdown. So usually one of two happens. You typically don't just move sideways with these. You'll get a move down or you'll get a move up right as this is happening. The smaller time frames are 12-hour and below are hinting at this might want to make a move up first. So let's go to the 2-hour chart. So the RSI in the 2-hour chart does have the habit of bouncing, getting a bounce from just under the red line. The 2-hour chart, the 2-hour RSI came below the red line. So this does have, but it's inconclusive. It just says it could if it wants to. There's not a whole bunch of conclusive evidence here supporting one way or another. So I'm going to go with the 4-hour and the 12-hour saying, hey, this is saying push up. The daily is indecisive. The daily is saying, hey, this could go either way. And the weekly and the monthly are saying our pressure's up. So what do you think among those four? So you have the daily itself saying sideways, 4-hour and 12-hour saying, hey, let's do one more push up. And then the weekly and the monthly saying, hey, pressure's up, but there's a lot of time. We have 18 days to figure this out. It could go sideways first. So which one do you think will decide? Do you think the daily will decide the fate of Bitcoin and the altcoin markets, or do you think the lower time frames are going to push the daily up and give Bitcoin one more push? Let me know in the comment section. This will be essentially, a lot of people don't like hearing the idea that it could go sideways or it could go up, but that is literally what the charts are saying. Could go sideways, could go up. It's up to you to find your statistical advantage there and decide whether you have a statistical advantage, whether you enter trades or not. So let me know in the comment section what your thoughts are. Feel free, and it might, if you do leave a comment, it might take me about 24 hours to approve it. Sometimes they get stopped. So if you don't see it pop up, I will approve it and I'll like it, and you'll see the heart or whatever on there. And if you are returning, go ahead and or if you're new and you liked what you saw here today, hit subscribe, hit that bell so you can stay in the know. Feel free to check out the Patreon Discord community. I have real examples of what information I provide to different tiers, and we'll see y'all next time. Y'all just got Timified.